The following audio data was found at the site of what was once the Toronto Convention Centre. It seems to tell a story of two voice actors who traveled to and were subsequently trapped at the 2008 Toronto Animacon. The data has been decoded and classified as four-leaf Cloverfield. What? Oh. Sorry. It's just another episode of Voiceprint.
Welcome to Voiceprint with Trevor Devall and Guests. And now, your host and mine, Trevor Devall.
Friday morning, Vancouver Airport. The day has dawned, grim and rainy, as so many rainy days. It is, 9 in the morning. We are walking in. By we, I mean me, your intrepid host, and Mr. Brian Dobson. It is now 9:20 in the morning, he tells me. The man on the microphone is telling me to claim my bag, because we're going through the arrival section, and which is nice. Normally when you come to the airport, you get dropped off at the departure section, but our driver, he decided to give us a shortcut. This is, well, I mean, he's not our driver, really. Well, some guy, the shuttle driver. The shuttle driver, no, that's what I'm getting to. The shuttle driver, which I wouldn't have needed to take if somebody had woken up on time to drive me to the airport the way he was supposed to. This actor who shall remain nameless, Kirby Morrow, who failed to bring us to where we need to go. So here's a big shout out, damn you, Kirby Morrow. Anyway, we are checking in now. Fascinating. Incidentally, the purpose of this whole thing is to give you the inside glimpse as to what we voice actors go through on our way to a con. You guys have your experience, we have ours, and now I'm going to share that experience with you. The Vancouver Airport. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. Are we in the right place? Oh, okay. We went the wrong place. Okay. That was fun. Going the wrong way. It's an adventure. Alright, so you're going to notice that I have this thing on probably most of the weekend. Anyway, just pretend it's like a documentary camera. You know, eventually you'll just forget that it's on. Right. That's the hope anyway. Pay no attention. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Just finished a nice breakfast sandwich, which frankly barely qualifies as food. Some sort of processed cheese over a white English muffin with some what passes for bacon, a slab of gray meat that probably came from the Picton farm. So what about you? Are you excited? Are you looking forward?
Yeah, because I mean it's been 2 years, I think, since I've done it.
That's us, yeah.
I can't even make out what he's saying.
He said rows 30 to 46, which is us, because we're 34.
You heard that?
I heard that. I have superpowers. Sitting on the plane. Sitting on the plane. Look at us.
Let the games begin.
Yeah. Now they're going to come and they're going to tell me I have to shut this off.
But it's not an electronic
Is that some sort of electronic device? Is it somehow interfering?
No, it's
small black recording device.
made by Thomas Hawks.
This is, in fact, this is the plane's black box right here. This is the black box.
This will account for everything that happened.
So, if you're listening to this, And we didn't make it to the con. At least the black box.
Black box will account for kind of what happened. Kind of.
Sort of, kind of. So how did you first hear about this? Did they contact you?
Yes. He called the following day and says, while you're out here, do you know of anyone else that might have an opening in their schedule to come out? And I thought, well, maybe Trevor Devall, even though he's probably one of the most working voice actors
Please.
in Vancouver right
Please,
now.
it's not recording
Probably
right now.
almost silly to ask.
You don't have to say that at all any louder into this microphone.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Chief Captain speaking. My name is Dominic Marini. Okay, this should be a nice flight for you. Toronto weather right now, partly cloudy, and we anticipate a high of about +4 for landing. I invite you to sit back, relax, enjoy the flight.
Look at it, +4. Look
As we get a little closer to Toronto, we'll update the weather, and we will provide you with a more accurate run.
+10 right there.
With that announcement, was there the promise to leave, or?
Yeah, I think. Oh, here we go. We are... Any thoughts before we land?
Well, let's just hope we get down.
I think Brian's a little nervous.
Let's see, there's a few electrical problems on this here plane. Hopefully the flaps isn't one of them.
See, the interesting thing is, you can't see this right now, but the light that, you know, like the overhead light that you use, when you click on the button on your arm, the light goes on, but it's the light of the row ahead of you that goes on. So in order to use that light, you actually have to reach over the person's head in front of you and twist the light, and then even then, it's useless because the light's coming from ahead of you, and if you want to read...
discourage people from using the lights, so you'll feel awkward about tapping on the person behind you and saying, would you mind turning my light on?
Because that's what the airline is trying to do, is to prevent any meaningful human communication happening between passengers, because otherwise that could just lead to rioting and looting on the plane. You can't have that. Lucky for you, I have 2 gigs of memory to record all this crap. Oh my god. I hope this turns out to be a decent episode, that's all I can say. The plane's full. Full, I don't think there's an empty seat to be found. The TVs aren't working.
It's the spring break madness.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We're at the beginning of spring break right now. Oh, there go the flaps. Oh, you
and I mean, there they go.
Beautiful Toronto airport. Just landed. All is well. Sort of have a splitting headache from the old pressure change. Do you ever get that?
Yes. In fact, it took me a long time to get to the point of flying comfortably.
Yeah.
It took me a while in my ears to finally cooperate.
Yeah.
They do now.
Yeah. It really is about something about Toronto, though. They come in, they go straight down, and then you've got about 3 feet of runway to stop the plane.
Yeah, it's an assault on the ears.
It is. It's an assault on the nerves. So, we are big shots, and we're looking for a limousine that is here to take us.
The limo. Oh, there's one.
Oh, there's one. Not just anyone, either. I want the guy with the cap with our names on it. You think that guy is going to be here?
The bright badges.
That's right. I want him to have a sign that says Dobson Devall Party. You ever see that Seinfeld
Open
episode?
bar.
That Seinfeld episode where they get in the wrong limo, they get in the neo-Nazi limo, they go to the rally? Maybe that'll happen to us. That could be fun. And it is downtown, right? That's where we're staying? The Sheraton downtown?
I think we're actually right near the CN Tower.
Oh, is that what the convention is?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's not at the CN Tower, but it's right next to it.
Yeah, next to the CN Tower. That's cool. It smells so urban here. Where's the smell of the sea air? That's what I want to know. It's funny. I've only been in Toronto for 5 minutes, and already I'm stressed out. Good. Hey. Yeah, we're prepaid. We got a license plate fly. Driver, please take us to the Sheraton Centre Toronto Hotel. There's an account number here if you need that. This is Mississauga then? Oh, I thought Mississauga was to the east of Toronto. Well, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
You've been thrown clear.
Now you're in Mississauga. The airport's in Mississauga.
Okay. Airport's in Mississauga. And we're a ways from downtown, right? It's a bit of a jaunt.
Should be around 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
If the traffic is clear.
It's a big old town you got yourself here. 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I love the downtown here. So alive, so awake, so opposite to Vancouver. Where stuff happens. People are out doing things. I don't know.
Just like, hey, hold on, what do you mean? Is there something I don't know?
There was, last time I was here, there was stuff, and there's comedy and cafes and people out, and they look you in the... Well, yeah, I don't know where the hell I was. The Queen Street with where the Second City is.
You know that place.
Second City, and then College Street, does that make sense?
Okay.
That's not really downtown, though, is it? Is it? Oh, okay. Ah. But there is a section for the good people, not just the deadbeats.
Depending if you are, depending how good you are. Good and bad.
I see.
Well, I'll tell you, this is what I like about the city as opposed to Vancouver, is people on the street will look you in the eye, even if they're going to push you down, but they'll look in the eye first. They won't do that in Vancouver. They'll just pretend you're not even there.
What we do have here, probably more than Vancouver, we have Europeans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Most definitely.
We have Italians more, we have Greeks way more, we have, that's what we
Portuguese.
have. Portuguese,
Yeah.
crazy, lots more.
Because downtown Toronto, there's that area where it is Little Portugal, right? It's, I remember that from years back.
There's little everything down here. Little Toronto. We're in the hotel room right now in the Sheraton Centre Hotel, right downtown on Queen Street West. Beautiful downtown Toronto. It occurs to me this whole thing would be better on video. Oh well. Since this is a radio show, this is all you get. First order of business, sitting in Trader's Lounge. Just got the room, it's all fine. Now Brian is helping himself to a nice piece of lemon to put into his beer, and I am drinking a French Devil Martini. So, tonight it's going to be a meal with some friends. I have a lot of friends here. And then some drinks, because I have a lot of drinks to drink here. And then tomorrow is... Now, is your schedule tomorrow the same?
That's
mine.
what we should... I would assume it is.
I would hope it is.
Meet at 12 and then go on from there. I'm pretty sure it will be the same. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, if we're split up. Just so you know, how it works is we get our schedules, and then... thank you. My salad. Awesome. We get our schedules like a little bit in advance, and hopefully, I mean, when we're looking at the schedules, we're hoping that, we're going to be paired up with people we like. In this case, with Brian. So I'm hoping that they don't do anything dumb.
Yeah, we're really hoping they don't do anything. Yes. Lovely hotel.
It is a lovely hotel. You don't mind if I have some salad for you?
No, not at all.
Hello, Brian. For our fans.
Yes.
Any special preparation you do when you attend the convention?
Preparations?
Any preparations you make?
Well, of course, there isn't.
What's to do? I mean,
Yeah, you know what? There is a preparation. It's that whole thing of going over IMDb or whatever, and just kind of like, wow, I've done a lot of stuff. What do people want to talk about? So I gotta go over an idea of maybe what's done, what's been,
that is an awesome
what's coming.
idea.
You know.
I totally forgot to do that, and I have that problem every single time.
So you guys think you're going to go locally around tonight? You're just going to go or is it going to be pretty close? You going to get in at a decent time tonight, or are you going to stay out late? Or what
I can't imagine it being dumb. Oh, my friends, what have you missed? So much you've missed since last we spoke. We went to a place called Everest, which is a restaurant, sort of half Tibet, half Chinese. And that was good. And then we are currently at the Fox and Firkin, I think, or the something in Firkin, on John Street. And ran into some old friends that I haven't seen in years here in Toronto. And I must admit, the liquor is flowing, and that's kind of cool. I'm currently waiting for my next crop of booze. In the meantime, my friends are now just showing up. So here we are. It's all good. Hey, Trevor, how you doing? And so a woman just introduced herself to me and then had to pee. So I think it's an effect that I have on the women. They have to pee. Adam Joe, sit down, sit down. It's okay. So we're recording a show here. It's okay. It's all right. What? This is the next episode of Voiceprint we're recording right now.
I love Voiceprint.
Say that again?
I love Voiceprint.
A very beautiful blonde just said she loved Voiceprint. Ha ha ha! That's the best advertising money can buy. No, this is the next episode we're recording right now. Brian, say something.
Something.
Hey, Marjorie, say something.
Something.
Don't peek. Don't peek. What are you, insane? Anyway, so this is only the Friday night, kids. We still have the actual convention to do. So stay tuned. So it's the end of Friday night. We're at the Frog and Firkin or something. The Fiddle and Firkin. The Frog and Firkin. Something occurs to me that I'm going to have to make this an explicit episode. Now, by this point, most of you are thinking, Jesus Christ, will you get on to the fucking convention already? Will you please get on to the convention? See, this is a part of the broadcast that I can never air. So I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop now, and then I'm gonna go to sleep shortly after this. What is that? A Holiday Inn. That's no good. That's no good.
You've got to be on the right, Trevor.
We've passed the Marriott. Holiday Inn over the left.
It's annoying because we are in about 3 blocks radius.
John Street. This is. I'm sure it's this way. I'm sure it's.
I do too. That's my guess.
I just think we turned. But fucking chick told us to go this way.
I don't.
Do you have any insights for the fans right now? Because we're recording this.
Oh,
right
shit.
now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a good time to record.
Come on.
Insight for the fans. We are geographically, temporarily lost. We are finding the Sheraton Hotel. And we've had a extravagant evening of culturalistic food experiences.
Yes, cultural. It was cultural. Yes.
Extremely cultural. We feel benefit from the science of culture and are ready for the convention tomorrow.
We haven't even got to the convention yet, and this is right now what we've recorded is half the show. It's half the show. We haven't even got to the convention yet. Now this is quality. This is going to be the best show ever.
Best show ever. Queen Street. That's all you have to look for. We take it right on Queen, right?
Right on Queen. Right on Queen. All right.
Not that we've been paying attention where Queen Street comes along.
Well, who knows that? Nobody knows.
Then we'll find it.
Exactly. All right. You know what I need? I need a fucking drink.
I need a urinal, actually.
Well, maybe we can combine the two. I can only hope that my room number is in fact 1096. Poor Brian. He had to pee so bad he forgot what floor he was on. So we stopped at all the floors and he tried out the key on every door. And we think that he finally made it on 896. But we have no way of knowing because we are going to 1096, which is our room. There's no way I can broadcast this stuff. So there it is. 1096, here we are. Oh, thank God it worked. Because, I kind of forgot. Oh, God. I forgot what room I was in. Oh my God, it's 3:30 in the morning. We have to be up at some ungodly hour. Really tired. Oh, I was supposed to go to the gym. Fuck. Let's go to the gym. Okay, you know what? I gotta go to sleep.
We interrupt this eargasmic cornucopia of pure audio wind to shamelessly promote another podcast. No! The Big Bald Broadcast.
But what makes it big and bald?
The Big Bald Broadcast brings you news on all things geeky, movies, gadgets, games, cartoons, and anime, and other random fandom.
You're fired.
I'm fired.
Get out of the booth, Jack.
No, I like it in here.
But what makes it big and bald?
It's hosted by Big Bald anime and video game voice actor Kyle Aber and his co-host, musician and upcoming author, Otherworld Steve.
Oh, you must smell like feet wrapped in leathery burnt bacon.
Subscribe via iTunes or visit thebigbaldbroadcast.blogspot.com.
That was totally wicked!
The human voice is an incredible thing. The words we use can lead to devastating consequences.
Look, I'm sorry, do I have to talk like this? I mean, I'm only doing a promo for crying out loud. Hello there, I'm Andrew Mortimer, and as you've probably guessed, I'm not a voice actor. But there is a podcast where you can hear from people who most certainly are.
The man they call Devall.
Did you know?
Yeah, man!
That there are people
It's nice, I like it.
who do this for a living.
You're such a smeghead, man.
Voiceprint with Trevor Devall and Guests.
Awesome.
An internet talk show starring some of animation's biggest voice actors.
It's like an old-school radio show.
Yeah.
And it's funny as hell.
Not ha-ha funny, but funny
If
choir.
you download one podcast this year...
Shut up. Simply visit www.trevordevall.com or iTunes or Podcast Alley or Podcast Pickle and download Voiceprint with Trevor Devall and Guests.
Don't forget Facebook.
Oh yes, you can also join Trevor's Facebook group under the same name.
Voiceprint with Trevor Devall and Guests.
Download it now. You know you wanna.
I'm smoking mad right now! Smoking mad!
Oh, and did I mention it's free?
You're listening to Voiceprint with Trevor Devall and Guests.
Day one of the con. We are waiting to go to our autograph session. I must admit, there was some festivity last night, which makes today a lot harder. I won't kid you. I won't kid you. We have an autograph session at 1, and you know what? We love autograph sessions. It's a chance for us to meet you, the fans, face to face. We love that. But I'll tell you something. Right now, at this very moment, I want more than anything for you all to just go home. Just go home so we don't have to sit there and do. I just really, more than anything, just need to sleep. Just another hour would do. So this won't help because I'm saying this now and you won't hear this for a while, but pretend for a moment that you're at the con right now. Pretend, just go with me on this. Pretend you're at the con and that you can somehow hear me in your head as you can right now. Go home. Don't go to my autograph session. Don't do it. Don't do it. Tomorrow, now that's gonna be the day for autographs. I'm telling you, Sunday, woo, you want autographs? Oh, yeah, baby. Sunday, that's the day. Today, only chumps go to autograph sessions on Saturday. Come on. You want to be cool, don't you? Oh, my God. I'm starting to think maybe they forgot about us, which, you know, would be great.
We did our part, Trev. We came and showed at 12.
Yes.
No, I wasn't told that we had to look around for anyone.
This is the lobby, right? That's what they said. They said meet us in the lobby.
All the kids are here for it.
12:24 now. Oh, God. Yes, there we go. 12, meet staff member in lobby, hotel lobby. Staff member.
I'm not making any effort other than sitting here right now to be taken to ourselves.
Yes. That was all my fault. This is all my fault.
How?
Because I said, hey, let's go out. Hey, let's go to the pub.
No, actually, we were doing fine until Buddy showed up and started with the shooters. I think we really were okay. We were just having beers and stuff like that. Yeah, I swear it was those shooters are why we feel like we do today.
Yes.
Jaeger, every time I wake up after doing Jaeger shooters, I just like, why did I do that?
You know,
I know what it does to me.
Maybe it's best not to discuss it.
It's probably best.
I think at this point, we won't discuss it. This is not the way to start the con.
No.
Late and drunk. There's a lot of beautiful women I've seen here.
Yeah.
Since getting off the plane.
Oh, yeah.
All the beautiful women in the world. And I reject so many of them because they eat their peas one at a time. I tell you, I'm going to die alone in the woods.
In the woods?
In the woods. When my time comes, and I'll be all alone, no kids, no wife, nothing. All my friends will be dead. I'm gonna take a cab to the woods. I'm gonna say, driver, bring me to the woods. Take me to the woods. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna lie under a tree.
I'm gonna find me a log and I'm gonna crawl me in.
Yes, and I'm gonna let the coyotes take care of my body. Coyotes. Coyotes. Coyotes.
You want to follow me over there?
Yes, we will follow you. We are here now in the dealer's room and on our way to an autograph signing. This is fun. There are lots of folks here. Big time. Incidentally, we're sitting here with Brian Dobson and Chris Patton from Houston. And it's good times.
It's good times.
Good times. Chris Sabat, yes, that's the other guy, Chris. Hello.
You're Trevor Devall.
I am Trevor Devall, yes.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to be met. What's your name?
Amanda.
How you doing?
Not bad, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Trevor Devall, also owner of TD Bank.
TD Bank,
Yeah.
that's right, that's me.
How you like it so far?
I just got here, so ask me in an hour.
Okay. Can you sign this for me?
I can
Thank you.
and will, but you know what? I don't have anything to sign with yet.
Yeah, I got you something.
Oh, awesome, thank you.
I got you something.
See, Dobby's a professional.
Thank you.
He knows. He knows. Hello. Oh, I recognize that guy.
Oh, Trevor.
Look at that. Did you do this yourself?
Yes, I did.
Well done. Well done. It doesn't look anything like me, but you know. Oh, that's me, Mukotsu! Hooray! Hooray! Death Note, of course. Oh, Escaflowne. Boy, this is like a...
I know.
This is a whole...
Can I take you back?
Ghost in the Shell. Awesome. Tokyo Underground. Hey, how you doing? Nice to be met.
Honor to meet.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you. Oh yeah, Jerry, of course. I thought you looked familiar. How's it going, Randy? Trevor? How you doing? I did X-Men, yeah. I did Inuyasha, yeah. I'm no good with signing shirts. I have a real problem with that. I am, yeah. Check it out. Yep. It's going strong. Oh, Sarah, how you doing?
That's 7,000 stitches right there.
7,000 stitches. Wow, holy smokes. Well, that's got to go in a frame. Signing a doggy piggy bank. This is a new one.
I'm Charlie.
How's it going, Charlie?
Aizawa, right?
Aizawa.
He's like the Afro guy, right?
Only in the first half. He gets a much better haircut in the second half. How's it going? I'm Mulaflocka, yeah.
Can I please see your movies?
I'm the guy who makes the impossible possible. Video.
Is this live? Are we live? Live to say. I have nothing clever to say. For me, it's far too early. How's it going? I've been worse. I've been worse.
It's so nice today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You don't get those kind of compliments very often.
Never heard that.
I'll say
That's right, bro. That's right. Sure. I did.
Enjoy the comment.
A character named Ganasa.
Okay.
What's your name?
That's a good call.
Susan. Well, welcome to the show, Susan. You've got that really tiny, hard-to-read psychotic writing, I see.
I tried.
It's an audio documentary.
Oh, the cameras are everywhere. Click, click. It's unbelievable. Oh, the lights, the flashes.
Anyway, I'm glad you're making this documentary because I too am making a documentary. I do a show called Voiceprint with Trevor Devall and Guests. It's a podcast, and it's a show that interviews all of the big voice actors in the business, at least the ones based in Vancouver. And nobody knows this, but this audio recorder is right now recording the 13th episode. How's that for cool? Nobody knows that. I'm spilling the beans on your show. What's your name?
Nicole.
Nicole. Say hello, Nicole.
Hello.
You're on the show. Congratulations.
So yeah, you guys are gonna get wasted, right?
I don't drink.
You don't drink?
No.
All right.
Would you like to say something to the fans right now? Because this is the episode. I'm recording our side of things, the VA side of things, and I'm editing together, and this is the next episode of Voiceprint. So you're in the show!
Wow.
So you know what? Actually, let me... All right, so this is Martin of Martin's Mailbag fame. I need you to give me your best Martin's Mailbag. Here we go.
Martin's Mailbag.
Martin's Mailbag.
Well, we're almost right by the end of Gundam Seed Destiny. It's either the last one or last two episodes, but we're very close to the end of Gundam Seed Destiny. Death Note, it will still continue, but we'll also have some other further developments later on regarding Team Galaxy.
A quality show, if I do say so myself.
And later on, I'll be announcing some other types of scheduling changes that may occur, whether it's on YTV or Teletoon. But once it becomes confirmed, we will send word of that. But for the time being, keep an eye on your favorite voices because you never know where they're going to show up. I want fans to know that keep watching the Fantastic Four because sooner or later we'll be showing the episode Johnny and the Goblet of Fire, and you get to hear Trevor as Diablo. And this is one of the this episode is really special because there's something about this episode that's really enhanced the voice performances of all the cast members. And of course, we're still showing episodes of Team Galaxy and Stormhawks. So there's still more to come.
Excellent. Well, you heard it first right here on Voiceprint with the live version of Martin from Martin's Mailbag. This is so great. I'm going to, I think we got to get off to our panel. Wait, well, we've got...
Quarter to three.
Cool. We've got a panel to prepare for, so awesome. Thanks again, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us... it's Houston, isn't it? Okay. Chris Patton?
Yeah, hey.
Chris Patton? In the house.
Yeah, and Chris Patton. I've already got like Sharpie blood.
I do. Look, actually, Trevor wins.
All three of us are Southpaw.
Trevor wins.
Right there. I have the plague on my hand.
Now wait a minute.
Right
You're
here.
a Southpaw. How do you have it on your right hand?
That's my superpower.
What?
That is my superpower.
This is my first time in Canadian land, and I'm really excited. Like, it's really cold here. It's not really cold today, but it's when I got here 3 days ago, and it was really, really cold, and I like it because it's not Texas. I'm from Texas. I didn't go for Bush. Thank you. And, but if you don't know who the hell I am, look it up. No, seriously. I've played Greed in Full Metal Alchemist and Sosuke in Full Metal Panic, and I play Sho Fukumachi and Guyver. And
I'm Brian Dawson. Thanks for coming out. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. And I don't know what.
That's an emo con.
Yes, there's a loading window right there.
As a man who took me drinking last night, thanks for nothing. I don't know how I made it here today. My God.
And we're crisp and
The question was, what do we think about anime on the internet and that whole issue right there?
Like a lot of things right now, the internet's taking hold of all kinds of shows, and there's no control of it right now. So our union's actually trying to get something going so we can get that area covered as to what's happening.
It is interesting.
I think they'll lock down on it soon enough.
Yeah, this question, I think that the most interesting thing about it is that this question always makes normally rambunctious voice actors talk very low and very quietly. That's very seriously for a second. So I can't really answer your question, but I will continue to speak very low and seriously about it.
Very serious.
What show has there been that has been done by another company that you would have liked to do?
Full Metal Alchemist.
That was going to be my answer.
That's my opinion.
There's two different worlds. You have the prelay, where they're laying down the voices like a radio show at one time, and then you go in and do ADR by yourself, so we're all by our lonesome.
Yeah, it's actually, it's sort of in the prelay side of things, which is more of how they do it in Japan, kind of. It's more sort of artistically fulfilling because you're not necessarily tied down to a visual restriction on how you can play the line, whereas in ADR, obviously, one of the very first comments I used to get, that sentence didn't make any sense, let me try that again. One of the most common things I used to get from directors when I started out was, act faster. Act faster. You have to fit the flaps.
Yeah.
And which can be kind of frustrating sometimes if you've got a character who's doing a very painful, emotional scene and you really want to play the moment, but you can't because the flaps are moving. So you really got to play the moment like this, but you got to go really fast. So that's, that's a challenge.
Yeah, it's weird. ADR, when you do this dub stuff, it's always, you'll find the writing's always done at a certain speed. It's always kind of, you can sometimes close your eyes and get to A to B if necessary. But it's with the ADR stuff we do by ourselves. I hope that answers your question. We'll work our way back a little bit further.
This is for all of you. What are your guilty pleasures?
What are our guilty pleasures? And we have microphones. Isn't that great? Who would like to start, Chris?
Oh, God. Where do I begin? This is going to just tell what a pop culture whore I am. I am obsessed with American Idol. And when I'm not doing anything else, I have nothing else to do, I will, for hours, play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. So yeah, those are some guilty pleasures right there.
Brian, you're guilty.
I think music.
You feel guilty?
I feel guilty because I'm always taking time away from doing things I should be playing guitar, laying stuff. I have a little home studio at home, so I do my own recordings and stuff and lay down tracks, and that is my guilty pleasure.
I was raised Irish Catholic, so I'm pretty much guilty about everything.
Yes.
You name it, I feel guilt. Whatever happened, I did it. I'm sure I had something to do with it, and I feel terrible about it. Most memorable fan encounter.
I'm not starting this time.
Well, Chris, you said you've done 100 million conventions, so you must have several. 52nd con. That deserves a round of applause.
I can't believe I've never been to Canada before this, actually. It's kind of weird. But, can I tell what was the question exactly?
Your most memorable fan encounter.
Okay, I'm sorry. This may be slightly blue. It's not, this was just weird. It was at Anime Boston. And, we just finished doing one of those, whose line is it anime things, where the voice actors get up there and do improv, yada, yada, which, it was fine, but we got off the stage, and then we came off stage, and we were sort of bum-rushed, and this girl comes running up to me, and she brandishes her breast and goes, "Sign it, I'm legal!" And that has etched itself on my brain, yeah, for sure. The follow-up is even better, though, because her sister goes, yeah, and she's hot, so you should be proud to sign her boo. And I was like, what's happening to my world? So that was very memorable. Yeah, not necessarily in a positive fashion.
I think just the phrase "my sister is hot." That's enough, man. That is now my most memorable fan encounter.
I wish I could tell a story like that. Most memorable story? I don't know. I got to think about that one.
I got one. It's not at all funny. It's very touching and endearing, and you're all going to go, "Aww." Oh, McNeil. We don't talk about McNeil here. Otherwise, there'd be a lineup at the door. Anyway, my most memorable fan encounter, this was great. I was in, I think, Grand Rapids, Michigan, or around there, and JFAX, I think, was the con we were doing. And these we're signing autographs, and these two great big guys come up, and one of them, I could tell, he was very shy, like very shy, and I thought, that's a little strange, but anyway, the brother, they were brothers, one of them started talking and saying, my brother here is a big fan of Gundam Seed, is a huge fan. When he heard that you were coming, and he's been talking about this for months, So I talked to him, and I signed some autographs, and it was all great, but then, a couple days later, I got an email from the brother, and he said, "I need you to know something." He said, "My brother is autistic, and the only way he can communicate really with people is through the medium of anime. And when he heard that you were going to be at this convention, he's been talking about this for months. And the fact that he's talking to us and communicating in a way that he normally can't do," he said, "I have no words to thank you for taking the time out to speak to him and doing what you did." And it was at that moment I thought, you know what? There is some good that comes of all this madness. It was great. It was a really awesome. That was like my best email ever. I just said, "Oh, that's fantastic. If we can actually do something like that and make a difference in people's lives in some small way, that was great." So that was my most memorable fan encounter. See, I told you. See? Yeah, no, I'm lying again. That never happened. No. Wouldn't you just be like, "Who is this guy? Oh my God, who is that?" No.
Oh boy. I think one of my most memorable. I was in Houston, and there was this. Sorry. There was this girl who showed up, and she's disabled. She's a quadriplegic, and she's there with her brother, and they really enjoy. I played this character, Super Majin Buu on Dragon Ball Z, and she's a really big fan of it, and she came all the way out from England in this costume and the whole thing, and this wheelchair and the whole thing, and I was just really touched that she made a huge journey like that just to come and meet me way out to Houston. So that was pretty cool. That touched me, yes.
And now I'm the sleazy guy that told the dirty story.
Booby, man.
All right. Next question.
Those shows you said you'd like to be on with different what character would you have liked to get? How would you have treated the voice?
I would love to have played Ryuk on Death Note, but Brian Drummond keeps getting all my roles. But he's doing a fantastic job. Oh, I don't know. Better. I'm kidding, Brian, wherever you are. Don't come after me.
If you were a god, what would you be the god of? And what would you want sacrificed to you?
Now that's a question.
I'll have to modify this.
If the question was, for those of you in the back, if we were a god, if we were a god, what would we be the god of? And more importantly, what would we have sacrificed to us? Chris?
Thank you. Thanks for that. Thanks for passing that on to me. I'm going to have to give this some thought, so go ahead.
I would like to be the god of ladies and have one sacrificed to me. I don't know. It would be kind of nice to be the god of women.
Yeah.
Having them
Yeah.
worship you
Yeah.
in ways, but that'll never happen.
Drape themselves over altars.
But let me leave this facade for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I would actually like. I mean, I think like the Norse had their gods, right? And Thor and the big guys, and the Greeks had their gods who were really, petty and childish and horny. And there's been a lot of that in our history and mythology. I would like to be the god of something that doesn't often get gods, like mold. I would like to be the god of mold, because mold, they have a right to worship, do they not? They can even say they. It has a right. And now the gender-specific molds are going to come after me. It's just a nightmare, really.
Your army of spores.
My army of spores. I could reproduce asexually and not be mocked for it, like I am now. Yeah, I think the mold is the way to go on that one.
I think you're right.
Have you guys ever worked on a show where you guys did a small part, you were excited about the show, but because your part was so small, you did not get credited for it? If so, what show?
Yeah, there is one.
That actually happens quite a bit.
It does happen quite a bit.
But weirdly, I did a tiny little role on a movie called Escaflowne. And people come up to me and they want me to, they remember my 3 lines in the show.
Same here.
That's which, hey, bring it on. Giddy up. Shesta, yes. Yes. I don't even remember Shesta. Somebody came up to me and said, hey, could you do Shesta's voice? And I think I just made something up. Because I don't remember. There's 3 lines. Did he sound like this? No, that's not it. Well, you just listen again, because that's what he sounded like. Something wrong with your hearing. I think you better watch that again.
I had like a 30-second role in Elfin that I wish I wouldn't. I asked not to be credited for, but I was. Jin Ho Chung brought me in, and he said, hey, Pat, I know you really wanted the male lead in this show, but I just wanted to, I had you in mind for something else, and you're really busy with other roles anyway, so I want you to play this guy. Watch the scene really fast, and then just give him a voice. It was a little kid who killed puppies. People, I've signed Elfin League for people. I'm like, you know why you're having me sign it? Yeah, you need a puppy killer. There's these brains in it.
Cool. Well, I guess that about wraps it up for us. Thank you so much for coming. And, you want a picture? Yeah.
Sure. Thank you very much.
All right. See you around.
Yeah, I'll take it. But first, Trevor, I've got something here that you probably haven't seen in ages.
Oh, what's that? Oh, the Bad Boys of Voice calendar. I have it, and I lost my copy of this one, too. I know, look at it.
I was at that con, and I never met you.
Really?
Yes. This is Melissa, the winner of the best question ever.
Keep talking.
Anyway, I'd just like to say hello, all of my fellow listeners, and thanks for sending in great questions to Trevor, because you guys are really awesome, and you guys ask awesome questions, but obviously not as awesome as me, because I'm the winner of the best question ever.
Best question ever.
Question ever. Anyway, keep listening, and join Voice Actor Horse on Facebook.
Awesome.
I totally put you on there, too. I got your link on there and everything. Are you guys all really southpaws?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all left-handed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
We gotta get moving.
Okay. All right. So it's after the panel. I'm back in the hotel room in the dark. I just need a little break. It's pretty exhausting. Signing autographs for 2 hours and then doing the panel is very tiring. And the fact I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. But so then it's judging the cosplay contest at 6. Cosplay Idol, I guess. I've never actually done that, and I don't watch American Idol, so I'm not sure if I'm the most appropriate choice, but whatever. I'm sitting here watching cartoons on YTV, waiting for my grilled cheese sandwich to show up. $9 for a grilled cheese sandwich. I was going to get the burger, but that was $18. Boy, room service, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Anyway, we're all, Chris Patton and Brian and myself are just kind of all taking a little nap now. And then we'll be back for the contest, and then we do it all over again tomorrow. Anyway,
There's your update. There's your update. That was a boring show so far, eh? This is the cosplay idol contest, and all of the folk are sidling in right now, and suddenly I really have to go to the bathroom.
It was then he had to pinch the biggest loaf he's ever met.
Okay. I was thinking pee, but that's okay.
Oh, or that. Or that. Or that.
I was just about to explain what this is, then I realized I don't have to. Because you guys out there in Radioland, you know more about this contest than I do. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. See, you're out there in these cons and you see us as judges and you're thinking, hey, you know? Well, now I'm telling you exactly what we're saying back here. We don't know what the hell's going on. We really don't. We won't understand the acts. We won't understand what's happening. We will understand the screaming. We do get the screaming. We don't know what we're doing. That's what I'm saying.
So we'll do, you do Paula. You'll do Randy.
Okay.
And you'll do Simon. And you are two guest
We're two
judges.
guest Russian judges who don't speak a word of English. How's that?
It's a be a persona. Okay. A celebrity persona. Who do you want to be?
Ozzy.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking Ozzy.
Okay, I'll do Ozzy. Ozzy, and who do you want to be?
I don't know. All right, but you know what? Just for the hell of it, I'll be Sean Connery. That'll be the joke.
Sean Connery, Ozzy Osbourne, Simon, you're Randy, and you're Paul. Right?
We've got our panel. And for some reason, Sean Connery's on it.
I'd like to introduce myself as your host. You all know me, Ryan Seacrest. Yeah, I went on vacation for a couple of days to Cuba, so like slight tan.
You know, I don't think anybody's ever come up with this shtick before. I think this could be the very first time I...
Judges with us. Just wanted to introduce them before we go on with the show. We have Simon. We all know Simon.
Hi.
Next to Simon.
I wish I wasn't here.
Simon wishes he wasn't here. Beside him we have Ozzy Osbourne.
Hello, how are you doing?
There's Ozzy. Right beside him we got our guest judge Sean Connery.
For no particularly good reason. I decided to go into music now.
He's switching over to music. We got Randy.
Dog, for real, dog. For real.
There we
dog.
go.
Dude. Dog.
And of course the beautiful,
for real.
Beautiful Paula right beside. Hi, I'm forever your girl.
For real. Keep it real, dog. You're the man now, dog.
Exactly. So the girls danced, and then the guy comes out and kills everybody with a gun. Now we judge.
See what the judges have to say, though.
Normally I despise cosplay, but in this case I only really hated it. I would have liked it more if possibly I had been shot. But in general I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, it was really nice actually. I thought it was really like this one reminds me of my daughter. Brilliant, really. Just yeah, I had a good time with it, and thank you.
I think it would have been better if you had been wearing a little French maid outfit. But that's just one man's opinion.
Yo, check it out. All right, check it out. A couple years ago, we had a contestant up here that was a girl named Clay Aiken. And she forgot the words one time, too. But you recovered way better than her, dog. Way better. Keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real, dog. Yeah. Show and prove.
My tricks. I am the demon of the desert. Desert punk.
Totally lost. I don't know what I'm seeing.
Time for my ultimate taijutsu, the death note.
Call that a death note, which I recognize, because, you know, I'm on the show. It's a slow motion sequence. God, I'm missing something.
Like I said, even ninjas can't beat me. All right, that was the last of our acts. If we could give them all a round of applause.
Wowzers. Wow, another cosplay. Successfully done. 7:39.
I would like to thank the wonderful judges for the night. We got Simon.
I hate you all and I love you very much.
I learned he doesn't like cosplay today. We got Ozzy Osbourne.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sean Connery. Mr. Walk It Out Randy.
Walk it out.
And Death Note Paula.
Precious now.
Well, it's 3 in the morning. I'm on, what is this, College Street?
College Street.
Just had a very pleasurable evening with some old friends.
Little. That's my voice skills.
That's right. This is why you'll never hear Mr. Adam Joe on Voiceprint with Trevor Devall and Guests, except for just that right now. It's been a very pleasurable evening here in Toronto. I was going to go out with the other VAs, but I decided to see some old friends instead, and that was very well worth it. Tomorrow we got another big day of seeing you kids out there. It's going to be good times. It's going to be good times.
Since I gave Trevor the mushrooms, we are all cartoons. We don't need actors to use our voices because we already have our own.
We're all cartoons. Oh, it's a madhouse here, downtown Toronto. God, who knew? Who knew? Crazy. See, I'm loving this town. Loving this town.
Shivali will now be the name of a new cartoon character in some kind of Japanimation.
That's right. I'm telling you. That's the way to go. Anyway, so I thought I'd check in on the Saturday night. I thought I'd be all drunk, but that was last night. And I hope to God I don't put any of that in the final edit.
He's
That's
only
all I can
half
say.
drunk.
That's right. I'm only mostly drunk. Mostly drunk. It's 3 in the morning. I've just walked all the way from, College Street. And I've had to pee like a racehorse the whole time. And what's hilarious is that this is exactly what Brian went through last night. Oh, God, made it back. Thank God. Sunday, second and final day of the convention. Second days are always interesting because normally we leave on the second day. We fly out at the end of the second day, so you always get this sense of impending ending. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Impending ending. Yeah, you get this weird sense of like the end is this. So for me, the second day, I never really have as much fun. Or it's not that I don't have fun; it's that I got this problem with endings. I don't like endings. Like when I read a book and I get to the end, it bugs me. I wish things wouldn't end. But of course they have to. And that's the same thing here. I'm like, well, we're at the end now. And all I can think about is, well, we're going to have to go. Later on today, we're going to have to go. And I got to make sure I'm packed and get to the airport on time. And all that kind of ridiculous kind of stress comes into it. Which, of course, has nothing at all to do with the convention itself. Anyway, here we are. Second day. I'm going back. We're doing some kind of interview with a camera. I'm not a friend of the camera. I don't like the camera.
But the camera loves you.
Oh, stop.
Just saying.
It just adds 15 pounds.
What has been the worst experience you guys have you ever gone too excessive, like trying to grab your ass?
I think the question is more, when are they not trying to grab our ass? At least in my case.
That's right.
Trevor has a problem with his bum.
I do.
Grabbed a lot.
I do. It would be good for everybody if the cosplayers, the people in the costumes, took off the costume at some point in the weekend.
Maybe
Perhaps
washed it.
A little washing. Little washing. That's all we ask. Maybe a bit of a shower. Shower. Crazy talk. I know. You got to get to the con. All kinds of stuff to see. Like us. But the washing is a crucial element, and we think the second day of the con would be a lot more
bearable.
I was going to say hygienic.
That too.
If that was implemented as some sort of rule that has to be followed meticulously.
We don't want to see people get Febrezed in the hallway.
But we have seen it.
Then we have seen it.
And we'll do it.
We will Febreze again.
That's a musical. We will Febreze you, right?
We will
Febreze you.
Febreze you. Yeah.
The dealer's room. This is where I'm at now. Wandering around seeing all the crazy stuff for sale. And the weapons rack, of course. Always gotta be. The weapons rack with Cloud's sword. $250 for Cloud's sword, and a guy is buying it even now. Always with the weapons room. Final Fantasy action figures. All kinds of plushies. All kinds of good stuff here. Huh. The manga everywhere. The art. Again with the weapons. This is actually a smaller dealer's room than a lot of cons. Some of these, as you well know, are huge. Take up whole massive warehouses. Manga. Of all the pretty boys. And the backwards books. Something I never quite get used to. The backwards books. Of course, it's not really backwards, is it? No, it's Japanesey. Easy peasy Japanesey, as they say. I should probably eat. That's the other thing, you get so busy at these things. On our end, our schedule's so tight that we forget to eat. Now, ideally, the organizers bring the food to us. Because, we really are treated like kings, which is nice. That's a great part of this whole thing, is we do get treated really well for the most part, and it's cool, most of the organizers tend to bend over backwards to make sure we're treated well and have everything we need and are looked after, and if we need something to eat or drink, it's taken care of right away, which is kind of cool. It's all very cool. Very much like the cool. Alright, I gotta get something to eat. And then it's panel time again. Second panel at 4 o'clock. We'll go and try and be amusing, entertaining. So, look at the hands shooting up with questions.
Man. Good panel.
Yeah.
So, what is the outgoing message for your voicemail?
Mine is, sounds like this. It goes, brrr. It doesn't actually do that. That's just the ring. Oh, that'd be an interesting, actually, to hear the ring when it picks up and you just hear ringing. I'm gonna do that, actually. That's a good one.
I said something about, I say, hey, what's up? This is Chris. You tried to reach me, but you have failed. and so people will say things back to me like, well, I guess then you're gonna fail to get this job. No, they don't say that.
Apparently. You know what? I have this idea of something you and I should do right now. What do you think?
Okay.
Shall we harmonize?
All right.
What's the first key? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bruce. Happy birthday to you.
It's a belated birthday. His birthday was actually yesterday, but here we go. It's official.
Wow. Yes.
It has like a rapper.
Just curious, what was your top 3 favorite characters you've done?
Top 3 favorite characters we've done. Now that's a great question.
It's a good question.
I played a character named Barramanda in a CGI movie called Ark that we did with James Woods a number of years ago. And Barramanda was this completely evil, psychotically evil character. And when we did the audition for the role, I knew that I was going in for the bad guy, so I decided to play the opposite. I played a very sort of Hannibal Lecter-like character. I decided to play him very, very quietly like this and played him. And so in the scene for the audition, there was this scene, a very, very violent scene, where Barrowman is torturing these people, because, he's evil. And he's torturing this man and this woman, and he tortures the man and kills him. And the woman, of course, starts to cry, and he turns to the woman and says, and this is the audition piece. He turns to the woman and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Was that your husband or your brother, perhaps? Oh, I'm sorry. How terrible for you." And the best compliment I ever got in my career was the technician who was mixing my dialogue. He said to me, "Dude, I just finished editing your words today, and I have to go home and take a shower." So that was by far my favorite character.
My favorite 3 characters. Skeletor from He-Man and Masters of the Universe is so much fun. And it was undeniable pleasure I had playing that character. Superman Janbu from Dragon Ball Z. I like playing Ben Grimm on Fantastic Four. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm sitting up here and I'm realizing that I'm on, panels and autograph sessions with 2 guys that actually have manly voices and play manly characters, and I could never do 80% of the characters these guys do, and everyone I play is either effeminate or bisexual or something. With very few exceptions.
I have a question and a request. The question is, if you could be any mythological creature in the world, what would you be? And the request is, can I have a hug from each of you?
Mythological creature. I kind of am one already.
Medusa, because she had great hair.
It's constantly changing.
Yeah.
What are we going to do to survive?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good call.
Yes. What are we going to do to survive
I
if
would,
zombies
I would
exist?
kill them all by forcing them to watch Hayden Christensen films.
That's actually plausible.
Obama. Oh my God.
Wow, with that is we're done. That's the only possible answer. You and he is.
You.
Oh, it's for all 3 of you. If you were in a lava pit full of sharks with laser beams, how would you defend yourself?
I think they'd be dead from the
If you're being attacked.
If I was, how would I defend myself on the event of an attack?
If in a lava pit filled with sharks with laser beams.
I'm just wondering how I survived the lava at first.
Don't ask stupid questions, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Trev. How do you survive?
I'll tell you something.
You're a man of adventure?
Well, yes, and this actually happened to me back in 46, right after I had dealt with the Nazis. I would pull out my trusty cows with the death ray eyes. Because as everyone knows, the only thing that a lava pit swimming laser beam using shark is afraid of is a cow with death ray eyes riding an elephant. Everyone knows this. This is not news, people. I know that they're all going to say the same thing now. They're going to, yeah, well, of course, that's what we do.
Well, that
what else?
More. I had a personal fleet of fire-breathing budgies, which I'd probably send in from an air attack, and then I'd send in my acid breath guppies to finish the job.
They are vicious.
And then we had sushi or something.
Actually, I would wield Hayden Christensen like a lightsaber, and then make him start acting. And then, the sharks gone.
Okay.
Okay, the one's for everyone.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever audition for a role that you didn't get what you really wanted?
Well, first part. Oh yeah, do we audition for? Oh yeah, do we
Something
audition
audition
for
for you
stuff we
didn't
don't
get you
get? I really wanted to play Skeletor. Oh God. What else has Brian scooped me on? God, there's so many.
Hey, hold on a second. You scooped me on it.
No,
Just recently, you
no.
didn't know. And my brother Mike.
What?
Get a load of this stuff.
You heard it
You're
first,
working
right?
on a show called Kit versus Cat.
Yes.
And originally, I had got a call from my, because the casting went in before the Christmas break, and I got a call from my agent saying, hey, you booked the role Dad. And I'm just like, yes, 26 episodes of pre-play animation. And then, apparently, a day after or so, my brother Mike got a phone call saying, hey, guess what? You booked the role of Dad. And he's like, yeah, 26 episodes of 3-day animation. All the while, this guy got a phone call saying, you booked the role of Dad. And we went through the entire holidays thinking that Mike thought he was, I thought I was, you apparently thought you were and were.
How did that happen? I have a confession. Okay, all right. I will shed some light on this because I think I know how this happened. I got the call in December saying you've booked the role of Dad. So I said to my agent, you know it'd be funny. See, the thing is, Caroline, that's my agent. Brian, I've never forgiven him for taking my Skeletor role, so why don't you call the casting people and get them to tell both those Dobsons? Oh, we laughed.
It's all come to life just now. In front of you all, you've all just witnessed. I stand yet again with the yolk dripping from my tail.
Daniela, it's nice. Please, for the question.
Sue, what was your favorite Bugs Bunny cartoon?
Oh.
And what's your girliest indulgence?
What was your favorite?
I don't have the words the list.
The question is, what was your favorite Bugs Bunny cartoon and what's your girliest indulgence?
You're looking at me.
It's all up to you now.
Chris, what at it?
God, well, all right, this is going to suck up the rest of the time. Once Opera Doc is my favorite. Girliest and oh God, I mean, where do I start? I watch Sex in the City. I wear foundation and moisturizer. I use tons of product. I exfoliate. What do you want?
Where does it end?
I guess I gotta go ahead and admit it too. I use a lot of, skin creams and stuff, and personal products and all that kind of thing. So that would probably be my girliest indulgence.
Actually, I just figured it out. I played Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Show. Probably my girliest indulgence.
Yeah. My favorite Bugs was I am a vampire.
Well, I'm an umpire. You're right.
I am a vampire bat.
Well, I'm a baseball bat.
Wow, that whole episode. Oh my God. You wouldn't hit a bat with glasses, would you?
Oh, no, it's and he tries to fly away, all of his glasses are all twisted.
Oh my.
Abracadabra.
Hocus pocus.
Abracadabra.
Hocus. And I could just continue to reenact the entire cartoon. Oh.
What's your
Abracadabra.
Yeah. My girliest indulgence is girls. I indulge in them. Anytime they let me get near. No, I'm just kidding. I'm very tired now. All right, so.
You want some chocolate cake?
Yes.
Oh, but see, there's just 4 pieces.
You fight to the death for the cake.
They have to go to the airport.
Well, thank you very much. You guys have been great. Always love Toronto. We'll see you again next time.
We rolling? Yep. Well, here we are at the end of another successful convention. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I'm Trevor Devall, voice actor here. You are you. I am me. Together we are happy. We've all seen the con now. We've been part of it. It's been great. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, if you do have any interest in learning all about your favorite voice actors, go to my website, trevordevall.com. Check out Voiceprint with Trevor Devall and Guests. It's a great show. You'll learn all kinds of stuff about their secret lives. That's what you want to do. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Mwah! 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 So we are checking out, and there is our limo right there. We know it's our limo because he's wearing a hat.
Hold on, there's multiple ones.
Oh, there are multiple limos. We gotta make sure we're on the right one. The one that says fly.
I'm not sure if we're the Dobson.
Yeah, that's us.
I think it's.
Then you're the guy. All right. Great, thank you.
Well ahead of the
Getting taken back. Now, it's interesting to me because as I was getting my luggage from the storage,
I took the luggage, and did you not hear the guy say, "Thanks anyway"?
I heard something, but I didn't know. So what was that?
Didn't tip him. I forgot the tip. Because you're supposed to tip everybody in a hotel. Everybody gets a tip. Guy tells you where the bathroom is, he gets a tip. And I neglected to tip him, and hence, thanks anyway. Thanks anyway. I guess that's a lesson for next time. So, any final thoughts here? Final hours as we depart?
I guess, it comes down... yesterday I was all a little stressed out.
Yeah.
It was a crazy day, you have to admit.
Yes, it was a crazy day.
Today was, for me at least, a lot more relaxing, although we had the residual being tired from yesterday.
That's true.
But it was a better schedule. We only had 2 things. And having that big break after the first signing to me was everything. I had time to chill and just kind of reset myself. So the panel wasn't as punishing as you're putting a lot out when you do this stuff. Right?
Yes.
You want to be on your game.
Beautiful woman in the city.
It's a beautiful woman.
Breaks my heart. I have 48 files on this thing. 48 different files. So now I got to go through and edit this entire weekend down into an interesting hour segment.
Yep.
That's going to be... And I hope to God everything came out okay.
I'm sure it did. I have a feeling you'll be quite satisfied. I look forward to seeing the end result.
Yeah, me too. We're on the plane going back. Beat. Exhausted.
Wiped out.
Any final thoughts that you'd like to share with the listeners there, Brian?
Yeah. We got there, we prevailed, we did what we had to do. And I think both of us will stand behind what we did.
I think our actions today will survive
the world as we know it.
survive the test of time. And when historians look back at conventions everywhere, they will say, those 2 men, Dobson and Devall, DD, the double D. They made history. If it wasn't for their brave sacrifice, conventions today would never be the same.
Have been lost,
but egos bruised. But it was all worth it. And that's that. Well,
that's goodbye from him and goodbye from me.
Thanks for listening. This has been Voiceprint with Trevor Devall and guests. Many guests. You were the guests.
Here at TorontoCon 08.
TorontoCon 08. I will see you next week, or whenever, with our special guest, Terry Clausen, Director Extraordinaire.
That's a big one.
It's a big one. And we'll get back to our regular programming.
Wow, it's already over. Thanks for playing.
All right, and cue the snappy outro music.